squad. Right, let's move on to Lowkey, featuring KAIA, Lords of War. That Devlin track, fuck, it's such a good track, but it just reminds me of how fucked our society is. But anyway, fuck, it's an epic track, man. Anyway, let's carry on. Lowkey, Lords of War, man. Let's go.
Testing, shattered hopes and dreams adorn the floor. The face behind the screen has seen it all before. And the worst thing about it is there's more in store. Just another sacrifice to the Lords of War. The royal family sell guns. The royal family.
Seems to be a fucking theme today. The royal family sells guns, supports people and pharmaceuticals who sell drugs at a low fucking rate, so that they can literally get a nation addicted on drugs. Hey.
Family sell bombs that kill the world's poorest people. The government sell guns. The government sell bombs that kill the world's poorest people. Sacrosanct march of industry. The sacrosanct march of industry does such strange things to people. The spectatorship of suffering. The spectatorship of suffering does all such strange things to people.
They sleep just fucking fine. People with no conscience sleeps fine. They will justify it. Have you not seen Lord of War, the actual movie, saying, I sell the guns, I don't pull the trigger? You know what I mean? Anything can be justified. Anything. If there's not... If I have learned anything being surrounded by a group of lawyers, is that you can form a clever argument for any fucking situation. Right? But the only way you beat those kind of people is you can't argue the logic of it. You got to argue the morality of it.
I don't know how do you sleep? Oh Lord of War, how do you sleep at night? Oh Lord.
She was 8 years old, imagination alive, cute as could be. You could see the gleam of mischief in her eye, carrying a kite to try and find a place where it could fly. Hovering not far, she saw what was a spaceship in her mind. Too young to really understand exactly what the buzz meant. Bread and water every day, other
spaceship in her mind. Right? What she thought was a spaceship in her mind. That's what happens. The creativity of children will look at a fucking drone or a jet in the sky and think it's a spaceship innocently.
that she's unfed, pressure applied diplomatically to stop aid. Reality enforced by the air and naval blockade. Back to her, through her blood flows Qahtan. Ancient civilization, but its status has lost charm. She found a place to fly a kite in the soft calm. Some will say that her life was in God's palm. She heard her mother call, saw her brother fall. Didn't realize quick enough, stumbled from the sudden force. Flicker.
This is the reality of war. There are no winners and no losers in war when civilians are concerned. When corporates are concerned, there's only winners.
In a flash to the horror scene of death, and this is what happens when technology meets flesh.
This is what happens when technology meets flesh.
How do we sleep? Oh Lord of War. How do we sleep at night? Oh Lord.
Testing, shattered hopes and dreams adorn the floor. The face behind the screen has seen it all before, and the worst thing about it is there's more in store. Just another sacrifice to the Lords of War. A caravan in Nevada, he sits twiddling a control pad, taking down coordinates, scribbling in his notepad. When he sweats, the headphones itch and irritate his eczema, watching scenes on the screen as they enter through his retina, sick of his life.
And that's war today, man. That's war. War today is literally like playing Call of Duty on your PlayStation. Literally. That's it. You are so detached from human life that you don't even realize the pain and the suffering that comes with it. Do you know why? Because you're sitting and looking on a blank screen, or on a black and white screen, on the radar and whatever else, and you just watch bomb fallings. And we've been fucking indoctrinated to make that seem cool, to make that look like it's cool. We have become so desensitized that bloodshed is so easy to attain, is so easy to acquire, because we don't see it anymore. Because we've got technology that can go there, blow up a whole bunch of people, return, and we're fucking heroes.
His wife in his job cause it kills. Sick of his father, sick of debt from the hospital bills. Childhood of computer games that learned him in murder. He wonders if he's better off serving up burgers. A small part of him love watching death from a distance, but that feeling numbed the way through monotonous repetition, merely going through the motions like the robot that he operates. Depersonalized murder, victimless violence for the modern ages. Cold stare and tap of a button takes her only life, instantly regrets but watches on as she slowly dies, grotesquely into
Reminds me of a movie, and I can't remember which movie it is. That actually had to make like a hard decision, and there was like this kid that was selling bread. I think it was in Pakistan. There was a kid that was selling bread, and they needed to take out a terrorist target. And obviously the kid's innocent, just trying to sell bread in that area. And they had to make a call based on this kid selling bread. They had to make a call. And there was a general that made the call and said, we've got to make the fucking hard decisions. It's one kid dead or 200 people dead at the airport, because apparently they were plotting a terrorist attack at an airport. You know what I mean? So those decisions do exist. I get that. And there's wrong on both sides. There's wrong on both sides, whether it be terrorist attacks and things like that. There's wrong on both sides, but war is just so profitable on both ends of the spectrum, and the people who pay the biggest price are the people in the middle who have nothing to do with it.
The modern age is cold stare and tap of a button takes her only life, instantly regrets but watches on as she slowly dies, grotesquely intertwined via the screen that he stares through. A kite floats away, but we will never know where to.
Oh Lord of war, how do you sleep? Oh Lord of war, how do you...
Brilliant message. Did you see the shock in his face? Look at the shock in his face. Look at the shock in his face. I follow orders. I no longer have a conscience. I just follow orders. Yes, sir.
How do you sleep? Oh Lord of war, how do you sleep at night? Oh Lord.
Intestines, shattered hopes and dreams adorn the floor. The face behind the screen has seen it all before, and the worst thing about it is there's more in store.
I like the way he tied it in, intestines and shattered dreams. So he's not just tying in the actual physical part of a human being that's been destroyed. He's tying in the actual soulful part, the purpose part. You know what I mean? That kid might have had a purpose, but you shattered that. And those dreams, even though you can't see them, they sit on the floor by the intestines. It's very clever. I like that.
Just another sacrifice to the lords of war. The Lord lives in the third dimension, far from the theatre. Every now and again, whimpers of the carnage get nearer. Sometimes in his dreams, he sees the harm in disfigured like Dorian Gray. Can't see his moral scars in the mirror. Cognitive dissonance suppresses his pangs of conscience, rationalize it away. Everybody has their monsters, but he is not everyone. He is a parasite of life and carries within him a selfish song never sung. Believes he loves his children. Is he capable of love? Lord of the machines that rain Satan from above. Will they justify what daddy did or hate?
Lords of the machines that rain Satan from above.
Him as they must realize their bread and butter. Their faces in the dust as the sights locked on her. He loosened his suit and tie as he sighs. Walls of fire were shooting off to a riot as she died. He ordered fruit juice with some ice. A kite floats away. He admires the blueness of the sky. Oh Lord of war, Lord of war, Lord of war, Lord of war, Lord of war.
Jesus. What are these people trying to do to me today? Jesus. I haven't heard a single fucking UK spitter that spit any sort of fucking garbage yet. Not yet. Oh, you people are just requesting fucking crazy tracks, man. Jesus! Peace.